Well, what's going on with the gas stations? When is the fuel coming back to Moscow again? I mean, we are stuck waiting in 1 or 2 hour lines. Are you even able to get your tank filled up all right?
5 years, billions of dollars, dozens of dictatorship propped up. Now Russia's African corpse is being shown the doors everywhere.
For years, Russia poured billions of dollars and an untold number of Wagner fighters into propping up brutal military juntas across Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and the Central African Republic, all under the banner of anti-colonial liberation. Wagner rebranded itself as Afrika Korps after Prigozhin's death, promised the same junta's stability, and now, in 2026, that stability is evaporating in real time. In Mali alone, Russian forces have lost their entire northern foothold in a matter of days. Kidal fell in late April. Tessalit went days later. Then Agalok, where roughly 100 Russian personnel and 400 Malian troops abandoned their base under an Algerian brokered safe passage deal, essentially begging their way out before rebels and jihadist fighters could finish the job. CNN's framing said it best. Rebels jeered Putin's Afrika Korps out of a key Sahel town. Not exactly the liberation narrative Moscow sold. So what does the Kremlin do when its mercenary empire in Africa collapses base by base? It sends out Sergei Lavrov to complain. On August 17th, standing next to Ghana's foreign minister, Lavrov didn't reflect on why locals keep turning on Russian forces. Instead, he announced it was alarming that Ukrainian military personnel might be involved in illegal armed groups operating against Sahel governments. Illegal, he called them. This from the foreign minister of the country that invented the modern coup-sponsored, mercenary-run resource grab in Africa.
The Afrika Korps, which falls under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Defense, operates on a strictly and completely legal basis. It functions by responding to formal, official requests submitted by the recognized legitimate governments of various African nations, and it is dedicated to carrying out the specific complex tasks that these legitimate governments have officially set for the Afrika Korps units to perform. The primary objectives involve the ongoing tasks of repelling and countering various terrorist attacks, which are being meticulously planned and orchestrated, including by certain foreign countries that simply cannot accept the loss of their long-standing colonial influence across the African continent. It is no secret to anyone that France is deeply involved in this and is working in direct collaboration with these illegal armed groups. Arming them, financing them, and mentoring them, primarily mentoring them, in terms of creating problems for those countries. Consider the vast and complex Sahara-Sahel region, which has collectively made the firm decision to finally sever all ties with their former colonial masters, and they are now steadfastly adhering to this chosen path. Well, I must say it is actually quite deeply concerning. No, not just a little bit. That was merely a slip of the tongue on my part. It is truly distressing to learn that the individuals who are organizing and financing these various operations involving illegal armed formations from outside our borders are, in fact, also dragging our own Ukrainian citizens into this. And they are not merely mercenaries, but rather they are active duty military personnel.
The sheer audacity is almost admirable. Russia spends 5 years installing dictatorships through a private army with no legal standing whatsoever, gets run out of town by the very populations it claimed to be protecting, and the takeaway is that someone else's involvement is the illegal part. Naturally, Margarita Simonian and RT's sprawling propaganda network didn't miss the cue. When the Kremlin needs a defeat reframed as a grievance, her outlets are always ready to amplify it, turning battlefield retreats into stories about Western and Ukrainian meddling, anything except the plain fact that Afrika Korps just isn't very good at the one thing Wagner used to sell itself on. It really is so unfair. Install a dictatorship, extract the minerals, arm the junta, and somehow the people who live there still don't want you around. Who could have possibly seen that coming? Energy Minister Tsivilev, husband of Putin's niece. When will gasoline be back? No comment.
Well, what's going on with the gas stations? When is the fuel coming back to Moscow again? I mean, we are stuck waiting in 1 or 2 hour lines. Are you even able to get your tank filled up all right?
Diesel fuel is found everywhere, at every single station.
Oh, so you're actually driving a diesel engine.
myself.
And mine is just a regular gas car. That is just my luck. I really need to know about gas engines.
There's gas at the stations too, though you will find some long lines waiting there.
You spent 35 years building a successful business, #1 in Russia, while allowing the KGB to take over your state. Then the so-called special military operation happened, and now you're bankrupt, yet still too afraid to name the culprit.
Alma Food is 35 years old. We celebrated our 35th anniversary this year. It was exactly 25 years ago that we first established this factory. We have been steadily expanding our operations for those 25 years, and we have successfully become the leading company in the entire vending industry. And today, practically every single vending machine currently operating across Russia utilizes our high-quality ingredients in one way or another, whether that happens to be our creamer, our cocoa, our coffee, or even a combination of all of them.
We have made the firm decision to launch a new special military operation.
So, and today, in the space of just one night, it has all disappeared. Every single thing is gone.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.